try to keep my space, but it's got me now. I feel it in my mind and through my that it's coursing. I feel it in my soul as it drags me down. Yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa, whoa.
On the defensive end, he was consistently in the top 5, usually leading the league in steals. So he had tremendous effect on the game at both ends of the court. Some teams went and double teamed him all the time. He'd find the open guy. Michael would create for them. So even in other teams' efforts to contain Michael, when they did that,
and Grant, both of these teams are dealing with injuries. We'll get a chance to see just how deep each one of them is.
And that's where depth, BA, is so important as you go through the season. Obviously, it's unfortunate that these teams are missing guys, but if you're getting more minutes tonight, you have to grab that opportunity.
So a look at the starters for the Pacers. They've got Tyrese Halliburton. Daniel Tice is out there with Jalen Smith. And it's Nembhard in at the 2. 5 on the clock. Smith. The rebound by Nembhard. Indiana on offense. Here's Brown. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
I mean, there are some great guys in this league. Coach Greg Popovich sticks out. Just a tremendous person. I loved competing against this team.
At the line for 2.
And he knocks down the first one. Coach Pop, the NBA all-time leader in wins. Any memories facing off with his Spurs?
Well, I always knew that his teams would play hard, they'd be prepared, they played the right way. And, of course, they exemplified the toughness and character of their leader, Coach Pop.
Now here's McConnell. He's averaging about 6 points per game. McDermott, the pass to Smith.
Total commitment there from MP on that play, not allowing that interior defense to distract him at all.
First team foul.
That one's off.
At the line for San Antonio, MP.
And no luck at the stripe this time. Second one won't fall.
Look, for the Pacers, I'm part of that franchise's history, so I understand the reality of being a small market team. Likely they don't sign a KD or LeBron in free agency. They've had to build through the draft and make good trades, and I don't have any doubt that they'll be able to do that because they've got some good young pieces and are looking good for the future.
McConnell finds McDermott. To the right side. Pass to Bates Diop. Smith left side. Takes the 13-footer. That shot no good. So the Pacers will take it the other way. And Clark, for teams outside of the major markets, as you said, they have to nail the draft.
Big time. That's a key component, BA. And you've got to win a trade or two as well. I mean, that's how you build a team in most small markets. The Bucks just won a title, so we know it can be done. That's the great thing about the NBA. If you build it right, you're going to have a shot. But you got to get a little lucky, too.
Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Probably not the shot they had in mind, but you can't fault him. He had a clean look. Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Here's Bates Diop. Right now averaging 5.5 a game.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
And here's Brown for 3. Rebounded by the Spurs. They defeated Utah in their last game.
Oh, my. Talk about mental toughness. The crowd was roaring against them. But they were able to focus and finish the task at hand.
Well, you know, it takes character, poise, toughness to win on the road, and that's exactly what they showed last game.
And it's the Pacers with the ball, following the bucket by the Spurs. Halliburton, the pass to Smith. Here's Nembhard, covered by Smith. Shot clock at 6. Halliburton for 3. Can't get it to drop. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way.
Tyrese Halliburton is more like what you're seeing from guards these days. He's a tall guard with good size who can knock down the 3 and do damage as a slasher in the lane in addition to setting up his teammates.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. Then Clark Halliburton had a great second year.
Yeah, he sure did. Despite being moved near the trading deadline, I mean, improved his scoring, rebounding, and assist numbers across the board, BA. And that's, for a really young player.
Substitution on the court.
And we're now about a minute into this second quarter of play. Back to Brown. Pass to Nembhard. Three-pointer. No good there. San Antonio goes the other way with it. Doug McDermott out there with Keita Bates-Diop. Then there's T.J. McConnell. Then it's Smith. And it's Bassie in at the 5. That's who's in the game for the Spurs.
And the defense knows they got to cover MP very close. But he gets physical and exploits the coverage there for a foul.
Grant, we always talk about great footwork for post players, but how about perimeter players?
You know, I'm glad you brought that up, B.A. Great perimeter players have elite footwork. The footwork helps to create the opportunity to score, whether that's shooting a three off the dribble or even in the post-up. Great, elite, fantastic, iconic guards who could do it all have superior footwork. Believe that.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Jazz was all business. He had 31 points, and his ability to get to the line was big for this team. You'd be hard-pressed to find an area of the game where he didn't excel. Let's send it back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
And he was more than happy to carry them, B.A. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this one. Feels confident that he can build on that prior success.
Just 5 to shoot. Indiana needs to get a shot off. The offensive rebound. Pass to Duarte from deep. Bates-Diop with a rebound.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
McConnell, he's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
And their offensive execution has really picked up here in the second period.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. I mean, this has been an impressive offensive output.
And that streaking rack attack is the Mobile One drive.
Yeah, taking the onus on himself to make something happen. Got it into the teeth of the defense and made them pay. Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Pass to Smith, 13 feet out. Here's Bassie. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
The Spurs making a switch here. Roby's checked in. Brissett's checked in for Indiana. Tyrese Halliburton comes in for Duarte.
One shot.
And we've seen the Spurs part ways with some of their best veterans. It really speaks to the talent at the top of the 2023 NBA draft. Savvy organizations like San Antonio will time their rebuilds to the years when the draft boasts some of those elite prospects.
Offensive rebound. Brissett's shot is good.
It's never easy trying to keep him off the glass. He's an absolute beast down there.
Pass to Bates-Diop. Here's Smith. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Smith's got 6.
Really good trip down the floor. MP converting in close.
Outside, Brown. 1:06 left in the first half. Nembhard, good.
And I love it. Challenging the bigger defender and showing plenty of heart.
Well, the size mismatch is no problem for this fella, guys. I mean, how much do you like seeing that aggressiveness from him?
Shot from 12. Smith no good.
Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
And a bit of a battle for the ball. And the officials signal a jump ball here. And so it's San Antonio with it. Down low. From the baseline. Oh, another miss by MP.
And despite his struggle scoring the ball, they've done enough to build this lead.
Here's Nembhard. 7 points in the game. Here's Tice. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. The Pacers out in front, leading by 1. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Here's Halliburton. And the Pacers looking at who they've got. Jalen Smith is out there with Daniel Tice. Then there's Tyrese Halliburton, and it's Brown in at the small forward position. Halliburton misses.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
Bates Diop with the bucket.
Just a fantastic job by MP getting the ball right where it needs to go.
Indiana trailing here. Right side Brown. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Smith right side. Here's Pirtle. And the layup is good off the glass. Pirtle's got 8 points.
And Pirtle is always a threat to come away with offensive rebounds because of his size, but just as important, his timing.
Halliburton finds Tice. Outside, Brown. From outside, off the mark. The Spurs have got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. Out left to the wing. Kicks it out to MP. And the ball is tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
Jump ball call.
And the Pacers with possession here. Pirtle with the bucket.
Really amazing body control by Pirtle, just taking the hit head on and finishing through the contact. I love it.
Pass to Nembhard. Smith left side. Here's Nembhard, covered by Smith. Smith outside. There's the 3. And McDermott pulls it down.
And I'm sure this isn't how they drew it up at the half. Only 1 for 5 here in the third quarter.
And there's Smith. That one's good on the assist by McDermott. And it's a 5-point San Antonio lead. Indiana has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Nembhard. And once again, off the mark by Indiana. The Spurs have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to go since the break. And MP throws it down.
Love the energy here in the third. Trying to take control now of this contest.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ballgame right now.
So Indiana going with an almost entire...
Substitution on the court.
Halliburton against McConnell. A nice shot by Smith.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
TJ McConnell is out there with MP. Then it's Keita Bates Diop. Then there's Doug McDermott. And it's Pirtle in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's who's in the game for the Spurs.
He's so dangerous in the pick and roll. Halliburton beating the defense with that pass right there.
A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for San Antonio.
You know, all game long, they've imposed their will on the interior, scoring a lot of points in the painted area.
And we also got to talk about the number of points they've scored in transition, just jumping all over the opposition in this regard.
And the Pacers making a change here. Tice is checked in, and the basket by Halliburton.
A slow start for him, but making amends here in the second half.
That was another look at our Mobile One drive of the game just a moment ago.
Whoa, a drive like that is the kind of play that can shift the entire outcome of a close game like this one. And so far, this game has belonged to MP, getting to his spots and executing with ease.
Here's Nembhard, covered by Smith. Brown against McDermott. Hurdle with some nice D. Soft touch off the glass. Now it's a 4-point Spurs lead.
Throughout the second half, they've achieved excellent efficiency on the offensive end.
Yeah, they're in a nice zone right now, and that basket looks, you know, it can handle 2 balls at once. It looks like now it could probably, for them, handle 3 or 4 balls at once as well as they're shooting.
Right now, firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, there's a nice flow to this offense right now.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim, that's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
Oh, nice shot by Brown.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Boy, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Smith passes to McConnell. Back to Smith. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
You know, one of the things I think that makes MP so fun to watch is how much fun he's having out there. You can tell the thrill of the game never gets old for this guy.
Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Pass to Nembhard. Halliburton against McConnell. Here's Nembhard. Launches a 3. Good. And Brown gets the assist.
4-3.
Brown's got 3 assists in the game.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
Up top, Smith. Just about 3 minutes through the fourth and final quarter here. To the inside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Smith's got 20 points.
Huge basket from MP. Now, this team needing someone to step up there, and he rises to the occasion.
Halliburton against McConnell. Now here's Halliburton. He's covered closely. Clock at 2 to take the lead. Rebound San Antonio. Here's Smith. Rebounded by Halliburton. Halliburton's got his 4th rebound in this one. There's 1:17 left in the fourth. Rebound San Antonio. Hurdle's got the glass covered here tonight. That's 11 boards for him. Inside. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's on Daniel Tice.
Man, good whistle there. Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Jones, he's checked in for San Antonio.
Keita makes Diaz at the line for 2.
And he's unable to get the second one. Indiana's gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth.
Tough one. In a game where every possession is valuable, turnovers can make the difference. And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're ahead by 3. 59 seconds left in the fourth. And now let's present our New Balance Player of the Game.
And I just love to see a player who plays with an aggressive mindset. I mean, he had the energy and the intensity all game. He didn't waste any time when he had his chances out there by attacking the rim.
Smith. He can't get that one to fall. So Indiana will take it the other way. And here's Brown for 3. And it's MP with a rebound. Pass to McDermott. Here's Pirtle. Tice defending. money.
In these types of situations, this team turns to Purdy. He's more than ready for any challenge that comes his way.
Indiana calls timeout. They're losing by 5. 34 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
You know what to do.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what the Pacers head coach was saying to the team, and he had plenty of confidence. He told his players, we've worn those guys down. We can take advantage of it. We're not going away until the last second. Let's see how they respond. Back over to you.
All right, Allie, thanks once again.
Second chance points are always painful. Have to make the effort to box out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk it over. They lead by 3. 29 seconds left in the game. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. To the middle. Smith. Oh, he nails it!
Man, they needed somebody to rise to the occasion. No surprise, it's MP. Much in the clutch.
Fans, please give a big round of applause for your Spurs Youth Dance Team. And show some love once again for your Spurs Youth Dance Team.
24 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Man, the defender really went after him.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
He's perfect from the line this time.
A steady hand at the line in a tough situation narrows it to a one-possession game.
And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
Sure, it's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
And the second free throw, no good. Tough break there.
Looking cool at the line. MP doesn't seem bothered by the high-stakes moment.
Over to the left wing. And here's Brown for 3. And McDermott pulls it down. And they're going to prolong the game with an intentional foul.
Daniel Tice, third personal foul.
Ooh, he doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though.
San Antonio.
And he's able to hit the second one. And that puts him up 5. Here's Halliburton. And so it's San Antonio with the W. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory, but a win's a win.
And so true, but you have to credit the crowd for giving them such a big boost toward the end. It really kept this team's energy high.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Nobody go know. No be anybody in business. And everything you see, and everything you teach, everything you shot, and any. Nobody will know. No be anybody in business. Yeah. But nowadays, everything don't change. It can't be like you say, everybody's business. My own business, not to make my business. I will take myself to the public.
He is what any young player should aspire to in either aspect of the game, and had a great work ethic. He was a prime example of excellence. Did all the necessary preparation to be the best in the league at his position, and a leader that
We are in for a treat in this matchup, Greg, with two conference rivals set to clash yet again.
Yeah, we're going to see some added effort and intensity, and don't be surprised if it gets a little chippy.
A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. The post pairing for him, Smith along with Şengün. Porter Jr. is the point with Green on the wing. And it's Gordon in at the 3, the small forward. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Şengün. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Jakob Poeltl.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Şengün is a guy that works ultra hard at his craft. Being a bit undersized at the center position, you know what? That's what you got to do sometimes.
Hey, Richard, how about Şengün? This guy stands out when he's out on the court.
Yeah, he sure does, all due to his work ethic. Plays quick inside and makes the most of his floor time. A couple more years, and this dude could be a standout.
And stolen by Richardson. Here's Smith. And the shot is long. Well, it was the San Antonio Spurs winning their last game against Indiana. And the basket by Gordon.
Oh, how about the vision from Smith? You have to know not just where, but when to deliver the ball.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Offensive rebound, out to Smith. Offensive rebound, Spurs takes the 3. Once again off the mark by San Antonio.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Out to Smith. There's the triple. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
He was money from deep in college. Looks like the confidence has stuck.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin. Well, here's what Houston's head coach had to say earlier. He's confident in their ability to win the battle of the low post. That's where he'd like to see most of the action take place. Kevin, I think we can expect them to pound the ball down low every chance they get and let their big men go to work.
Thank you, David.
Gotta applaud the defensive effort. It's not easy to stop him getting in the lane like that.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Shot from 16. Smith missing again.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Again, the miss by Green.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no cover.
Now that James Harden has left Houston, can we appreciate the 8 years he just had with the Rockets? He was an all-star every season in Clutch City.
Now, here's Porter. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. Not a fast start here for the Spurs. It's a 5-point game. McConnell passes to Smith. Over Green. Smith, no good. And you mentioned it, looking at the accomplishments for Harden in Houston, I mean, absolutely incredible.
Yeah, look, 8 seasons, and let's go down the list. 6 first-team All-NBA selections and MVP, 3 scoring titles. Harden carried that franchise at times. Nearly got Houston to the finals, just ran into some tough luck. Well, yeah, and also the Warriors. They are tough.
They are. He also had the right coach, didn't he? The right coach at the right time for the right player. And the changes. Şengün comes in for Tate. And Jalen Green subbed in for Gordon. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Rockets? They've got Collins. T.J. McConnell is out there with MP. Then there's Jakob Poeltl. And it's Bates Diop in at the 3. That's the San Antonio 5. Porter finds Smith. Porter looking it over. Six to shoot from deep. Green. San Antonio with the rebound. Poeltl's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Keeping the pressure on that defense. MP is just unrelenting.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And guys, you might remember that he was not at his best from the foul line in their last outing.
Outside, Green. Now Porter. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Lets it go. And Green with the basket on the assist by Smith.
He can get it done off the dribble or off the catch. Green is just a flat-out shooter.
And with that lightning first step of Jalen Green, very few defenders have a chance of keeping him in front.
Bertle, the pass to Smith. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
And Greg, one thing about that blinding speed of Green, he's got to make his reads faster as well.
I think the game is slowing down for him, though, Kevin. And that and speeding up his shot release will make him even tougher to deal with.
Now, here's Porter. Pass to Smith. Three-pointer. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. Porter's got 3 assists now in this one.
And they're not afraid to let it fly from deep. They're looking to extend their lead with the 3-ball here in the second quarter.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey guys, MP in the last game against Indiana was terrific. He finished with 23 points, and his aggressiveness allowed him to make an impact from the charity stripe as well. And that game had his name written all over it. Kevin, let's see if he can come through in a big way again tonight.
All right, David, thanks. The aggressiveness, Greg, he showed the other night. We'll see if he can match that intensity here.
I'm a believer. I think he can produce at the same level tonight.
I don't know. After you put up numbers like that, I think the defense starts paying a little bit more attention to you, so it might be difficult.
Here is Porter, following the score by Jakob Bertel. Back to Porter.
2 minutes remaining.
And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And the turnovers are what stand out. I know they're leading, but it's going to catch up to them if they keep wasting possessions.
And that rejection had some mustard on it. Huge play.
And that is a huge block. Given how close this game is, a stop like that was right on point.
Now, here's McConnell. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
That scoreless first quarter, that might have woke him up, and he's turned it on here in the second.
Richard, one of the greatest coaches in the history of pro basketball, a guy you played for, Greg Popovich, on March 11th, 2022, broke the all-time winningest mark for a head coach in the NBA.
And what's so special is all of those victories are coming with the Spurs. And look, I had an opportunity to apologize to Pop, because if it wasn't for me, he probably would have gotten here sooner.
I think he would say that's completely not true. But he had to be one of the great coaches. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one.
Spurs 35. The Rockets 36.
San Antonio.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. We're seeing, guys, a tremendous game from Jabari Smith.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
Taking a look at the Rockets. Porter Jr. is the point with Green on the wing. The post pairing for him, Smith along with Şengün. And it's Gordon in at the 3 spot. And Jabari Smith, of course, with deep family ties, Greg, to the NBA.
His dad being the OG Jabari. All these guys are in that 6'10", 6'11" range. So great bloodlines. A darn good free throw shooter. Smith doesn't seem to have a weak spot coming into the league.
McConnell finds Smith with a tie. 2 free throws coming up, and they'll call the shooting foul. That's on Jalen Green. When you think of half-court offenses in general, Greg, how critical is ball and player movement to a team's success?
Kevin, unless you have incredible isolation scores, it's essential. Even then, keeping the defense rotating and reacting is the best way to create open looks and offensive rebound opportunities.
Here's Smith. And the dunk by Bertle.
And Bertle has a stick-with-it mentality on the offensive glass, just throwing himself against the board.
Pass to Smith. Porter with it. Dishes to Green. Over McConnell. Smith trying to break loose. And there's Green on the assist by Porter. Porter's got his 6th assist on the night. To the paint. Here's Smith. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Inside, MP does a good job of just asserting himself, doing what needs to be done to get that finish.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Alder.
Thanks, guys. Now, Jalen Green is on a mission. He says, every time I step on the floor, I always have something to prove to who's ever in those stands. A lot of people will hate on me or have their opinions. I'm just going to think about that when I step on the floor. I'm going to prove everybody wrong. Kevin?
That's a great chip to keep on his shoulder. David, thanks. Outside, Green. From 13, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Smith's got 13 points.
And this has been a nice start to the second half. They're 3 out of 4 in a rhythm on the offense right now.
Smith kicks to McConnell. Back to Smith. It's deflected. They retain possession. Second chance shot. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Smith's got it all tied up now for the Spurs. And it's Porter with the ball for Houston.
And after a 2-decade-plus playoff streak, the Spurs have been in the lottery the last 3 seasons, and they're focusing on youth and development.
Picture the Spurs with one of the youngest rosters in the league, some quality young talent, and they're very excited.
And also acquiring draft capital. And they have it.
Substitution on the court.
Outside, Green. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. 8 feet away. He gets that one.
Rate of baskets assisted. It's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
We got T.J. McConnell. He's out there with MP. And it's Pirtle in at the 5. That's the San Antonio 5.
And he's been much more assertive here in the second half, getting to his spots, executing with ease.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow.
And another 3 for Houston.
And Smith already understands you have to be unselfish if you're going to gain the respect of your teammates and coaches.
Here's Smith. Rockets with the rebound.
And even though he hasn't been himself, it hasn't affected his team too much. They've still got the lead.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
McConnell with it. And it's Gordon picking him up. Nice shot by Smith.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Pass to Gordon. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
He's a tough player. It's why Gordon's been one of the best role players in the league his entire career.
And the Spurs making a change here. Richardson's checked in. Porter's checked in for Houston. Count it. Smith's got the lead up to 7 now for the Spurs.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here's Green. Smith trying to break loose. Green, no luck.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Green against Smith. Lets a floater go.
And you got to give appreciation to how Hurd punishes the shooters. A dynamite shot blocker with impeccable timing. Way ahead of the field. He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
And those might be the easiest points of the month for him.
They grab their own miss. Şengün. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Now the pass to Bates Diop. Back to McConnell. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Smith the pass to McConnell. Back to Smith. Here's Paige Diop. Inside. 4 on the clock. Smith's shot is good.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're trailing by 11. There's 1:26 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Jabari Smith.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're in front by 9. 1:21 left to play in the final quarter. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Passes it to Paige Diop. Now Smith. Back to McConnell. And it's Smith top of the key. 5 to shoot. Paige Diop, the pass to Smith. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. Hits the three-point bomb. And the Spurs lead by 12.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for San Antonio.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
Really a big-time win for these guys. They lost their first 2 games of the year for this team, so they won't be in danger of getting swept when they meet for the 4th time.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jakob Poeltl.
He was really important under the basket, making the plays down low and getting position to pull in rebounds.
A new lineup here for Houston.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
And those are the type of shots that just drive coaches crazy. Look, I wouldn't be shocked to see him sitting on the bench if he tries that bad boy again.
Robinson for 3. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching.
Shawty with an attitude, so drop a pin, girl, I'm tryna find your latitude. Daddy money, yeah, she get it when allowance do.